Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Recycle With Me project, so stay tuned to find out what recycled item I will be using. So I will also be using this stamp set from Simon's Stamp called Beautiful Flowers, and I will be using the big 3 flowers here, and I'm using the stamping platform to do this. Since it's such a bigger image, I wanted to make sure that I was able to get all the details and stamp it a few times in the same position. So I'm stamping it on watercolor paper with Simon Says Stamp clear embossing ink, and I definitely did it a few times just to make sure that all of the details were stamped onto the watercolor paper. And it was really hard to see what I was stamping with the clear ink, so I was a little nervous, but that's the one great thing about the stamp positioner. If you do it a couple times, it's usually going to turn out okay. And then I took out my Simon Says Stamp white embossing powder and added that over the ink, and now you're going to start to see that image again, and it worked out perfectly. All the details came out with the stamping platform, so that's awesome. And then I will just be heat setting that with my heating tool, and I just really love how this looks with the coloring. So I will be doing some watercoloring, and I just love how the white embossing powder makes the colors just come alive, and it just adds so much more to your coloring. So if my voice sounds a little bit off to you, I apologize for that. My family has been battling a cold for the last week or so, and it's been a long week. So yeah, and I still wanted to share this card with you because it is Mother's Day this weekend, and this is a Mother's Day card, which you're going to find out in a little bit. So I wanted to inspire you during this week to get your cards done for Mom. And yeah, so I'm going to be using my Koi watercolors and just coloring with those. And now here is the Recycle With Me part. So this water brush that I'm using is actually a Wink of Stella clear brush, which has run out. So there was not a whole lot of the color coming out anymore, and I had ordered another one, and I was thinking, like, I was looking around for my water brush, and I found it, but then I saw my clear Wink of Stella brush that I hadn't thrown out yet, and I got thinking, I was like, I wonder if I just put water in this, what would happen? So I just added water into it, and it is essentially a water brush, and it looks very similar to just brushes that you would use, water brushes that you would use for coloring anyways. And I was able to get a little bit more of that sparkle out that was stuck, and so there actually is sparkle in the watercoloring that you're seeing right now. And yeah, so I did look it up and see that people have done this before, and they've actually added a little bit of rubbing alcohol to reactivate whatever's going on in there. But I was experimenting, and I only tried using it with water to use with my water paints, and it worked. One thing I did notice is using the Koi watercolors, a little bit of sparkle from the pen that was still stuck in there did get onto the watercolor palette, but you could easily just wipe that off after with a paper towel and it would take it away. So yes, I will give you a little bit more details and show you the process of how I used it after this. So I just went ahead and cut out my image. I wasn't sure if I wanted to leave the green in there. I was thinking I would just leave that whole image, that whole big background in there, but it didn't fit on my card base, so I went ahead and cut it down, and I really liked how it looked, all cut out and trimmed. There is also a die cut set that you can get for this set. I don't usually order the dies just because I don't feel like I'll use them a lot, and I don't mind fussy cutting, but if that's something that you don't like doing, there's definitely check out the die set for this as well. And then there it is all cut down. And here I'm going to show you a little bit more of my process. So this is the Wink of Stella pen, brush pen. And so you just take out this part in there, which actually is usually holding all of the glitter. And then you put the water in, and you can see a little bit of the sparkle in there. And then you just screw the cap on like you would do with a normal water brush. And you could also put this back in if you wanted to travel with it and your water brush wasn't super full. But if the water brush was super full, then it would probably not be a good idea to do that. But yeah, so you just see how it sparkles there just with water, and there's no paint even on there. I think this is a great way to reuse your products when they're all done, and you get a extra water brush for free. And I'm guessing eventually that maybe that sparkle would go away completely and it would be a sparkle free brush. I don't know. I'll have to keep experimenting, but definitely try this out. And then yeah, just doing my sentiment. I had a old Stampin' Up! Happy Mother's Day sentiment. And I used some embossing powder, and I'm just heat setting that. And then I go ahead and cut this out so that it has a place on my card. And then I grabbed my advanced tape glider to adhere these big flowers to the card base. And then I will adhere the Happy Mother's Day as well. And I wasn't sure if I should just leave it simple or if I should add something. I was thinking Nouveau drops, but then I was just like, no, like I really like the simplicity of this card. Sometimes it feels like it needs something else, but it really doesn't. Sometimes simple is okay, and I really just liked just the white plain background with all of the colors and the bright colors. And I feel like if I added anything else, it would take away from the message and what I wanted to say. And so that is going to finish off my card. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.